what we see is that when this semicircular a piece of lamina is actually folded to form a cone, we see that the radius is equal to slant height. Okay, so we know the value of L. Okay, and that is radius of the semicircle is equal to slant height of the cone. And since we don't know the radius of the cone, we have taken it as x, and circumference of the base must be equal to circumference of the base of the cone must be equal to the length of this part, right? That is the arc AB. Okay, so this will give us the radius of the base of the cone also. Okay, so once we know the radius of the base of the cone, we will be able to find out the, as you see, there are two parts to this question. That is, find out the radius of the cone, which we can find with the help of this one length, and you have to find out the lateral surface area or the curved surface area of the cone, which we can, because formula is pi RL, we know R and we also know L. Okay, so this we can find. So let's see how to find out length of the semicircular uh, arc. What should be length of the semicircular arc? Half of 2 pi r, right? What is the radius of this semicircle? It is equal to 35. Half 2 pi r. This is the length of the semicircular part of the semicircle, right? Is equal to circumference of the base. The base of the cone is circular, so the circumference will be 2 pi x, right? So from this we can find out x, which is the radius of the base. So let's find out. First of all, this 2 and this 2 will cancel. So you only left with 35 pi. So now put the value of pi. You have 22 by 7 into 35 is equal to 2 pi into x. So you get here, these two actually cancel from both sides. So you get x is equal to 35 by 2. So you're getting 17.5 as the radius of the base of the cone. Okay, so this completes your first part of the question. Second part of the question is find out the lateral surface area of the cone. So lateral surface area of the cone, the formula is pi RL, but R here is the radius of the cone here is x. So we write pi XL, okay, which is equal to 22 by 7 into x. Let us write as the fractional part. Instead of writing 17.5, let's write 35 by 2 into L was 35. Okay, so this will cancel with this 5 times, right? And nothing else will cancel, I think. So therefore, this will be uh, 22 into 5 into 35. 3,850 divided by 2. Okay. In fact, this will also, yes, this will cancel. 2 and 22 will cancel. So you simply get 11 into 5 into 35. So you get 1,925 centimeters square. Okay. So that completes the cone part. Okay. Any question with this problem? Otherwise, I'll proceed with the next one. Okay. Now we'll start today with mixed solids. Now I have sorted out some problems for you from the textbook from mixed solids. Okay. Where you have a combination problem where there is a combination of cylinders and cones. Okay. Now all these are the other problem which contains spheres. I have removed them. Okay. So these will be the problem for you. The first problem here is a cone of maximum volume is carved out of a block of wood. Block of wood means cuboidal block of wood, right? Of size 20 by 10 by 10. That means that in that cuboidal box of wood, the length is 20, breadth is 10, and the height is 10. Find the volume of the remaining solid. Now see here, that means from this cuboidal block, a conical cavity is made inside and it is removed. Okay, so what volume of wood is left? That is the question. But also what you see in the question is that the word maximum is there, right? Cone of maximum volume. So if this is your cuboid, if this is your cuboid and you are carving out a cone, okay, and let's say this is your length 20, and let's say this is your breadth 10, and let's say this is your height, okay, 10 centimeters. Okay. Now, if you are taking out a cone, how should you take out? Should I take out from? Should I take out the base of the cone from which rectangle should I take out? Should I take it out from this rectangle here, or should I take it out from the top rectangle here? Where should I take out? That is a question. Okay, and now because in the see in the volume of the cone formula, what is the volume of the cone? 1/3 pi r square h, right? So r's, if you see, r is the repeated factor here. R is a square. That means if I can maximize the radius, the bigger the radius, the more will be the volume of the cone, right? So therefore, because I have my length here as 20 centimeter, I will take out the radius of the base of the cone from here, right? So that this length here becomes my diameter. This is the maximum diameter of the base that I can get for the cone, right? Isn't it? And here can be the top part of the cone, right? So this is the way I can take out the cone. So what should be the volume of the remaining solid? So first of all, let's find out the volume of the cuboidal um, block of wood. Volume of the cuboidal block of wood. Length into breadth into height, which is 2000 centimeter cube, is the volume of the cuboidal block of wood. Now we will find out the volume of the cone. But before that, we must know the radius of the cone and we must know the height of the cone, right? So here, radius of the cone. As I told you, we are taking out the cone such that the diameter of the base is 20 centimeter. So that means radius will be 20 by 2. That's right, R here. 10 centimeter is the radius. And what should be the height of the cone? This is the height of the cone, right? That means this 10 centimeter is the height of the cone. 10 centimeter. Therefore, what should be the volume of the cone? Now we know H also. H is the height of the cone. Volume of the cone is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. Put the values here. 1/3 into pi into r square into h. So we get 1/3 into 22 by 7 into 10 into 10 into 10. So if you multiply the numerator, that is 22 into 10 into 10 into 10, you get 22,000 divided by 21. Okay. Now if you can divide directly 22,000 by 21, you'll get 1047.62. This is the volume of the cone, centimeter cube. Hence, what is the volume of the remaining wood? Volume of the remaining wood is volume of the cuboidal block, which is 2000, minus volume of the cone, which is 1047.62. which is 952.38 centimeter cube, and that's your answer. Okay. So when due to this word maximum here, I could have taken the base of the cone anywhere, but because the maximum volume is given here, that is why I have taken this as this length as the diameter of the base. Because if I take this length as the diameter of the base, then I will not get a cone of maximum volume. I'll get a cone, but not of maximum volume. Okay. Okay. Next question. The question here is that an exhibition tent is in the form of a cylinder surmounted by a cone. Okay. So how does the tent look like? And it is in the form of a cylinder surmounted by a cone. So you have a cylinder. Surmounted means you have at the top. So just at the top you have a cone. So this is how your tent looks like. Okay. Okay. The height of the tent above the ground is 85. So this is your ground level, and this is the height. This is the top of the cone. So height is given to be 85 meters. And the height of the cylindrical part is 50 meters. That means this cylindrical part, this height here is 50 meters. If the diameter of the base is 168, that means this diameter here is given to be 168 meters. Find the quantity of canvas required to make the tent. Allow 20% for folds and stitching. That means 20% of the fabric to make the tent is being wasted in folding and stitching. Give your answer correct to nearest meter square. Okay. So first of all, do we know the radius of the cylindrical part? Yes, we know. Do we know the height of the cylindrical part? Yes, we know. Do we know the height of the cone? It's not given directly, so we can calculate height of the cone. Height of the conical part or conical top, let's say. Height of the conical top is total height 85 minus height of the cylindrical part, right? So this is 35 meters. This is the height of the cylindrical part, conical top. Okay, and now they have asked you to find out the quantity of fabric required, and area of the fabric that is required. So how much area will be required? First of all, we will not canvas the floor part, right, of the tent. We'll only canvas the curved surface part of the cylinder, right? And we'll canvas the curved surface of part of the conical part. Agreed? So if we can find out the curved surface area of the cylindrical part and the curved surface area of the conical part, our job is done. And add them up, our job is done. We will be able to find out the area of the canvas that is required, right? So let's find out first the uh, area of the cylindrical curved surface area of the cylindrical part. Curved surface area of the cylindrical part is uh, curved surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi RH, right? So 2 pi, and the radius of the cylinder is, let's find out the radius of the cylinder first, then we'll write the curved surface area. Let's first find out. Diameter of the base is given. So radius of the cylindrical part is equal to same radius as of the conical part also, right? Because they share the same cross section. Radius of the conical top. is equal to diameter is given. So divided by 2, 168 divided by 2, which is 84 meters. Right. Now we can easily find out the curved surface area. Curved surface area of the cylindrical part of the tent. Two pi RH. So 2 pi. Radius of the cylinder here is 84. And what is the height of the cylinder? 50. Right. Now we can calculate this. So we have 2 uh, into 22 by 7 into 84 into 50. Okay. So this will cancel here 12 times. So you will get here 26,400 meter square. This is the curved surface area of the cylindrical part. Now we will proceed to calculate the curved surface area of the conical part. If you don't know, the formula of the curved surface area of the cylinder, the conical part is pi r L. Right now, L is the slant height. Now we don't know the slant height of the cone. Therefore, we shall first calculate the slant height of the cone. So slant height L of the conical part is given by L square is equal to R square plus H square. Or what is L? L here, we want to calculate L. Our radius of the conical part here is 84. And radius height of the conical part is 35. Right? So 84 square plus 35 square. 84 square is 7056 and 35 square is 1225. So you get 8281. So that means the slant height of the cone is the square root of 8281, and the square root of 8281 you can find it out by division method. This is 91 meters. Okay, so now we know the slant height. Now we can find out the curved surface area of the conical part also. The conical top, which is equal to pi into r. Radius of the cone is the same as that of the cylinder, which is 84 into L. L we just calculated 91. Right? Now you can put the value of pi also. Here you can cancel this 12 times. So 22 into 12 into 91 will give you 24,024 meter square. Okay. So therefore, what is the area of the canvas required to make the tent? Therefore, area of the canvas required to make the tent is 26,400. That is the curved surface area of the cylindrical part plus the curved surface area of the conical part, 24024, which will give you 50,424 meter square. Okay. Now there is some wastage also. See, if you see, they have given allow 20% for folds and stitching. So 20% of the fabric is wasted. This is the minimum fabric that is required. So therefore, wastage is equal to 20% of 50,424, right? Which is 20% of 5424. Okay, so you get 10,084.8. Okay, how will you calculate this? You can cancel this and then you can multiply and divide it by 10, right? You get 10,084.8 meter square. This much fabric is wasted in folding and stitching. Hence, area of canvas required, say total area. Canvas required to make the tent. This 50,424.8. Only 50,424 plus 10,084.8. And this adds up to 60,508.8. But since they have asked you correct to the, if you see the question, they have asked you give an answer correct to the nearest meter square. The nearest meter square will be 60,509. Correct to the nearest meter square. Okay. So that finishes the second problem also. Let us see the next one. Okay. From a circular cylinder, circular means right circular, from a circular cylinder of diameter 10 centimeter and height 12 centimeter, a conical cavity of the same base radius and of the same height is hollowed out. Find the volume and the whole surface area of the remaining solid. So this is what it looks like. This is your cylinder. Okay. From this cylinder, a conical part is hollowed out, having the same base radius. That means from here, from this cylinder, I hollow out this cone. Right? I hollow out this cone. And it is said that this cylinder has the same height and the same base radius as the cylinder. So obviously this has the same base radius, right? And this has the same height as that of the cylinder. So if what is given here, from a circular cylinder of diameter 10 centimeter, that means this diameter is given to you as 10 centimeter. That means what do we have? The radius of the conical part, radius of cylinder is equal to radius of the cone. Is equal to R is equal to 10 by 2. 5 centimeter is the radius of the cylinder or the radius of the cone. Okay. And what is the height of this cone here? It is given to be 12 centimeters. That means height of the cylinder is equal to height of the cone. H is equal to 12 centimeter, right? Now question is find the volume of, first question is find the volume of the remaining solid. Volume of the remaining solid will be volume of the cylinder minus volume of the cone. So that's quite simple. So let's first find the volume of the cylinder. Volume of the cylinder. Pi r square h. Yeah. Pi r is 5 and h is 12. So how much are you getting here? 12 into 25 pi, right? So 12 into 25 will be 300. So you're getting 300 pi. Instead of putting the value of pi, be patient. We'll put it at last. Okay. Volume of the cone. What is the volume of the cone here? In this case, it is 1/3 pi r square h, right? Now 1/3 pi r square h, 1/3, and we already know this part, right? You don't need to again put the values. This part is 300 pi, right? So this cancels here. You simply get 100 pi. So therefore, what is the volume of the remaining solid? Volume of the remaining solid is equal to volume of the cylinder, 300 pi, minus volume of the cone, 100 pi, which is 200 pi. And now you can put the value of pi. We have 200 into 22 by 7. Okay. So this will come to 4400 divided by 7. Okay. Now you can divide this to get 628.57 centimeter cube. Centimeter cube. Okay. That finishes the volume part. Now the question is, what about the whole surface area of the remaining solid? Now, if you see, when am taking out a conical cavity from the cylinder, you have a hollow part inside that also has a surface area. What should be the surface area of that? The surface area of that will be only the curved surface part of the cylinder, of the cone, right? Because the base is a hollow, right? And inside, when you're looking, the inside part is only the curved surface area part of the cone. And what about outside? Outside you have the curved surface area of the cylinder. Also, what you have is the top part, right? The top circular part, that also you have. So we are going to find out area of each of these parts separate. Okay. So first of all, curved surface area of the cylindrical part. Curved surface area of the cylindrical part. What is the formula? 2 pi r h. So this is 2 pi. Radius is 5 and height is 12. So this is 120 pi, right? Centimeter square. This is the curved surface area of the cylindrical part. Curved surface area of the conical hollow. That is when you're looking inside, okay, after taking out the conical part, you're only getting the curved surface area of the cone, right? And the curved surface area of the cone is pi RL. Do we know the slant height of the cone? No. Then if we don't know the slant height of the cone, then we'll first calculate the slant height of the cone. Okay, so here L square is equal to R square plus H square. So R square, R is 5 and H is 12, which is 25 plus 169, 144, which will give you 169. That means what is the slant height of the cone? It is 13 centimeter. Now we are able to find, we'll be able to find out the curved surface area of the conical hollow, which is pi r L. So pi into r is 5 and L is 13. So this is 65 pi, right? What is left? Only the top part is left, the circular top part. So area of the circular top. Area of the circular top will be pi r square. So pi, radius is 5, which is 25 pi. Hence, total surface area of the remaining solid is curved surface area of the cylinder, say, or the cylindrical part. How much was the curved surface area of the cylindrical part? 120 pi. Okay, curved surface area of the conical part, 65 pi. And the top circular part, area of the top circular part, which is 25 pi. That's it. Add them. You'll get 210 pi. And now you can put the value of pi ultimately. So 210 into 22 by 7. This cancels here. It's 30. So 22 into 30. You get 660 meter square. Clear with this? So I'll stop here.